Can you hear me?
What's up? Okay. Menjetek? Akkor két perc. Ne használják mi.
Kétszer kurva jó.
De csapassuk, nem egy csúszeribú vagyunk.
Okay. Nagyon jó. Egy perc, és kezdjük, voltam a villányt, és akkor indíthatok.
Csak a videó. No, I just had to check whether the mic works.
Okay, because I thought you were going to start there.
But it seems to be working.
Okay. Don't worry, I'll be your hype man if you ever need one.
Yeah, well, it works. I will need one for sure.
Yeah.
What's up?
We will start in like a minute or two.
Okay, so I will stay somewhere close by.
No.
Yeah, it's going to load in a minute or so. Maybe not. You know, it always happens at an IT conference like this, so maybe we will skip the opening intro video and jump right into it. So, welcome everyone to JunctionX Budapest. I'm Ben Tegadei. I will be your host today. Actually, this is the second time that we've been organizing JunctionX Budapest. We organized it last year as well for 200 participants, but this time we have like 400 of you around the venue. So give it up for all of you guys, and thank you for being here. I hope all of you are really excited. I know that you've been traveling from long distances, but bear with us. We will try to make it as short as possible. I will do a short introduction about JunctionX in general. Then you will hear some stories about the Junction guys in Finland. Then some operational things about what's going to happen throughout the weekend. And after then, you will hear details about the challenges. So what's JunctionX is all about? Let me start with my own experience about Junction, how we connected to the Junction organizers basically. So back in 2017, we went to Helsinki to the main event because Junction is originated in Finland. And we didn't know what to expect from a hackathon, but in the end we decided that it was the best hackathon that we ever attended. And we always thought about what made it so special? And the thing that we realized in the end is that it's about the atmosphere. Okay, but what's about the atmosphere? And we would say that the atmosphere comes from all the different people, all the diverse community that just comes around. So today, here we have 80 different nationalities. And what's really important about this, and I think it's worth mentioning, that we have 80 different countries, nationalities, countries, yeah, again, but languages and everything else. But there's one thing in common between all of us, and that is technology. So each one of us are connected with technology. So here with JunctionX Budapest, what we're trying to create is like a platform that connects each and every one of you through technology and give you the chance to step out of your comfort zones and learn something new and make new friends, get to know the partners, and just see the world in a different way. So I've mentioned that we have 80 different countries. I know a few of you came from the US. I also know that some people are from Finland, from the UK, from UK as well. But I'd like to do a small exercise with you guys. On the count of 3, I'd like to hear which country you came from. So let's try to do this. It won't work for the first time, but we will try it more. So 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, it worked pretty well for the first time as well. I didn't expect this. So we have a lot of nationalities around here. Without further ado, let me give it to Mina from the Junction organizers, and she will tell you more about the Junction in general, what this is all about and stuff. Give it up for her.
Hello, everyone. It's super great to be here. Super nice to see all of you here today with us. As Benza mentioned, I will be telling you a bit about Junction and how this whole thing started out and where it originates from. Basically, why we exist is that we want to empower people to create with technology. We want people to find their inner skills and let go of all the excuses that they might have to not creating something really awesome. And we found that hackathons are a pretty good way to do this. And why is that? Look around, you see all kinds of different super talented people that you can create together with. And also, during the weekend, you will start from scratch, make a project, and on Sunday, you will see that, okay, hey, wow, I did this in a weekend, and what can I do with my whole life then? Of course, the challenges provided by the partners help this. Thank you for the partners also for being here. And yeah, basically, we think that hackathons are the best way to turn ideas into reality. Okay, where did we come from? Junction started out in 2015 in Finland. Back then, we had only one event, the main event, Junction 2015. We got 500 applicants, and we accepted all of them to the hackathon with 500 participants then. And we did all this with just 30 volunteers. Fast forward a couple of years, 2019, here we are, 45 events all around the globe with amazing applicants, amazing participants from all around the world. And I'm proud to say that we are on our way to being the world's largest and best hacker community. Okay, so we are not only our main event in Finland, also, of course, JunctionX, as you might know. We started out the JunctionX project last year, and last year we had 5 JunctionXs around Europe and Asia, and also in the Middle East. This year, 7 JunctionXs around the world. Next year, we will be having probably almost 15. So we're growing pretty rapidly and super excited about that. Of course, we are trying to build also an online community, so don't be bummed if you can come to Junction 2019. We will also have a community challenge open for everyone online during the main event. Also, a lot more health tech race, terminal speaker events. Kind of a tech race is our tour around Europe and Finland that we do a series of mini hackathons. Also, different kinds of workshops and basically all kinds of things tech related. JunctionX. And here we are in Budapest. The way JunctionX started out is people had been coming to our main event in Finland. They were super amazed by that, like Benze and his friends here. And they wanted a way to bring the same mentality and the same atmosphere, the same experience to their home country. And that's how JunctionX was born. And we help all of the organizers out, giving them tips and tricks, answering all questions, consulting them with every problem they might have. And this is most of our next year's, current and next year's JunctionX's. Some may be still added to the list. But as you can see, we're from that tiny purple spot in Finland, we've reached out quite a bit. Yeah, this is basically what we're going towards, why we do everything that we do. We want to be the world's leading hackathon and tech community based on the hacker mentality, which means seeing every problem as an opportunity to create something awesome. Okay, that was it from my side, and I will leave you with a video from our last year's main event to see kind of what it is that we actually do there. Benze, how do I work this? There. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's supposed to be a video, but we have the same issue again, so maybe next time we will play it. We will share it to the Slack channel so everyone can check it out. So, some general information about JunctionX Budapest, what's going to happen here throughout the weekend with you. You can see the basic guideline of the weekend. So first you will hear about the challenges. Each partner will present their challenges and also some words about their companies. You can find the challenges on the website as well. What I'd like to point out is there's been questions on the Slack channel about we've published the challenges yesterday and is it a bad thing or not? And I think it's important to see that we don't see hackathons like places where you can actually come up with the next Facebook. It can happen for sure, but I wouldn't say that it's realistic. A hackathon, in our opinion, is like a safe environment where you can try out new things, you can learn about new technologies, you can meet new interesting people. Everyone have a really open mindset related to these things. So we would really encourage you to talk to the partners as much as you can. So you can read about the challenges on the website for sure, but you can get the insights of the mentors. What are they thinking about when they came up with that challenge? So I would really encourage you to talk to the partners as often as you can and get their insights about your ideas. Don't just start coding right away. Yeah, you can do this. It's really up to you. So about teaming up, we have a few teams or individuals who came by themselves, and I would say that you're more than welcome. It's amazing that some of you came by yourselves, because I always wanted to go to a hackathon by myself, but never had the courage. I was the shy guy. So please give it up for everyone who came by themselves. To help you out, we will have a team formation session right after the opening ceremony. It will be in the room next to this one. Actually, that will be the workshop rooms. We will have other sessions there as well. So everyone who doesn't have a team but would like to group up, or any other teams who are looking for a new, I don't know, designer, developer, whatever, please go to the other rooms next to this one after the opening ceremony, and we will help you find new teammates. Okay, so after the teaming up, you can start working right away. Then intensive work comes. Yeah, it will be hard. We will have several workshops. We have three types of workshops, I would say. We have really technology related. So our main sponsor, Google, will have their own workshop related to cloud platforms. We also have some soft skill related ones about pitch training, about design thinking and all the other stuff. And we also have other fun stuff, fun workshops that you can attend as well. I think you've seen the venue around. We have several activities, I would say. So at several booths, you can find games. You're free to try them out and go there and try them. Okay, so mentoring, we will have a project submission deadline. So it's Sunday at like 10:30. So you will have to submit your challenges, your solutions by then. It's really important. After then, we will have lunch, dinner, and whatever. And we will start the judging or review systems after that. And we will have the award ceremony for sure. So just the layout of the venue, how it looks just in general. Now we're in room C and D. Next to us, there's the E. C, D, E. So in the E room, this is the workshop room, and the F1 is the main area. Now, we have participants in C, D, and F. These are the places where you can code anytime throughout the weekend. We will have a catering zone, so dinner will be served and lunch and everything in I, J, and K. So these are the places where you will find food and drinks throughout the weekend. We have coffee, we have Red Bull, everything that you might need to give you some energy. It's important to note that you have to wear the badges throughout the hackathon all day. If you lose them, no worries. Grab an organizer. They're wearing white t-shirts. You might see a few around, but I don't have one, but the others have, so you can grab them. They will help you. It's really important to have them all the time. So the main communication channel is Slack, you might have known. We have a few channels, so each challenge has their own Slack channel. I would really advise you to join it. If the partners have anything to share, any hints, any new questions that are come up or something, they will share it through the Slack. So it's really advisable to be on the Slack channels. We also have the announcement channel. Only the organizers can write to the announcements channel. We will announce everything that's important happening, workshops, there's food to be served and everything else. But you can ask your questions on the questions channel. If you don't have a link to join Slack, the organizers can help you with this. They can give you the links to the Slack channel. Wi-Fi, if you haven't figured it out yet, JunctionX Budapest, camel case, with the X maybe, it might be different, but JunctionX Budapest 2019. Okay, so team formation will happen right after the opening ceremony in the room next to us. Okay, so the submissions. One thing that I haven't mentioned before, each partner has a limit of how many teams can work on their challenge, and that limit is like 15. We're trying to do this in order to encourage you to decide as soon as you can which challenge you'd like to work on. So it's important that the partners will have a sheet of what are the teams that are working on their challenges, and you should go to the partners, talk to them, hey, I want to sign up for your challenge, I'd like to work on it, so please write me on the sheet. Okay. Community review. How many of you have been here last year or to a Junction event? A few hands raised. So we will have the same review system as last year as well. So there will be a separate partner review system. So it's really up to the partners to decide who's the winner of their challenges, and also they decide the prices as well. There are prices like international travels, experiences, VR headsets, and several interesting things, but the partners will decide who's the winner of those. On the other hand, we have community review, where we'd like to give the chance to decide as a community who has the best idea or prototype of a given challenge. How it works is we will have a different info session related to this, but in general, you will be given the chance to go around, listen to each and every other teams pitches in like 3 minutes, and you can decide which one is the better one. And it will build up like a decision tree with different possibilities. You will hear more about this. So the price for the community review is 1 million Hungarian forints. That's like 3,300 euros or something like this. Okay, another slide of this. The last thing that I wanted to mention is we have a hashtag JunctionX Budapest. So if you post anything on social media or any other platforms, please use this hashtag so it helps spread the word of JunctionX Budapest happening. Without further ado, let me thank all the partners who made this happen. So first one, Google, the main sponsor of the event. It wouldn't happen without them. And also I'd like to mention another one, Telecom. Actually, we're in their venue, so if you look around, it's all their workspace all day, every day. We also have 7 other challenge giver partners, but in the background we have like 15 other partners who helped us with catering, with design, decoration, everything. So please give it up for all the partners. And let me pass on the speaker to Google, the main sponsor of the event. Thank you.
Sorry. Hi. Hi everyone. It's great to be here. We are really proud to be the main sponsors of JunctionX. I hope you're all excited for the event. First, a few words about me. So my name is Daniel Kávásy. I'm a software engineer at Google, and I'm based here in the Budapest office. Now, the Budapest office came to be in 2018 March, and we came here through an acquisition. And it's the first ever acquisition in Google's history in Hungary. It's something we are really proud of. But ever since, the office has been growing. So, for example, I transferred from our London office. We had people from the Munich and the Zurich offices join us, and we have also been hiring externally. So it's really exciting to see the Budapest engineering office grow. So what we do here is we are a product group. We work on interesting projects in GCP, namely IoT and AI. So mission at Google is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. So for example, think of search, where you can find information within seconds. And I'm sure some of you will have used Google Maps. But we're always looking for new challenges where our technology can sort of make a positive impact on the world. So we would like to invite you to be part of this mission by giving you a challenge. So we would like you to build something with Google technology and infrastructure that benefits people and the natural environment. So what is the problem? So the problem is that man-made structures have been interfering with animals' normal movement patterns pretty much since civilization began. Think of deer, for example, trying to cross highways. Now, this is dangerous to the drivers and potentially fatal to the animal. Or think of migratory birds. As they make their way across continents, they might encounter bright city lights which may confuse them. They might hit a radio tower. Or the stopover grounds where they would normally rest might be taken over by, some sort of human-built structure. So, and obviously then they can't rest and they get exhausted and they die. So this is a really big problem. But what if this problem could be solved by data? So assume that we have installed tracking devices on some animals. Think of GPS, motion sensors, and a wireless transmitter that sends data back to us, to the cloud. So now we have raw data, but what do we do with it? And we would like you to provide a solution to experts, animal protection organizations, and wider society to sort of understand the movement patterns of the animals and to be able to make informed decisions based on that. So the tools we would like you to use is Cloud IoT Core or Firebase. You can use whichever you're more comfortable with. We have slightly more experience here with Cloud IoT Core, so we can be more help with that. We will provide you with GCP accounts, some example code to connect to Cloud IoT. And of course, we're going to be here to help all we can, so don't hesitate to stop us if you see us and ask questions. So this is the criteria which we will evaluate your solutions by. So essentially, we want something that's easy to understand, you know, so you don't have to be a data scientist, a data analyst to understand what it's showing. We would like something that is working. So obviously, we know that you can't build a full-fledged solution in the time available, but we would like a working proof of concept. And a bonus if you think about scalability. Now, again, we know that it's not possible in the time frame to build a fully scalable solution, but if you can show that you thought of it, you learn some brownie points. And as for the prize, so the prize will be a tour of our London office, led by myself. You'll have the flights included, and you'll experience what like a really large Google engineering office is like, and you can dine with us in the canteen where all of our engineers dine every day. So that was it from me. Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you very much. So next one up is, with the second challenge, is Telecom, the sponsor of the venue. Please give it up for Telecom.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Martin Vaslavik, and I'm from Magyar Telekom. First thing first, I'm really proud that this year Magyar Telekom is a sponsor and also the host for this great event. So I'm presenting you our challenge, but the fun fact that you actually literally walked into our challenge, because our challenge is about our new building, this one. So you probably noticed that this is a pretty big building. Actually, right now it's the biggest building, office building in Budapest. And when we moved in, it was like a year ago, it was like a really shocking experience. You know, it essentially operates like a small city. So we have 8 floors. You've probably seen the map, and you maybe realize that we are in like the bottom left corner of one of the floors. So it's huge, and it had a moment because this large corporate from many different locations around the city suddenly arrived into one central locations. And whenever you want to reach out an expert, it's probably somewhere here in the building. But also there are other things, like you can think about anything, you know, professional life or just the private life of these people. Really, there are a lot of opportunities and there are a lot of possibilities in this situation. So numbers, you have just some numbers to give you an idea about what we have. Okay, so approximately we have like 6,000 people who are working here permanently, or just, you know, vendors and other people who are working with us. We have 8 floors and 3 parking levels downstairs. We have restaurants, we have coffee shops, bunch of meeting rooms, like more than 1,000 meeting rooms. We have medical station, you see that we have conference rooms and blah, blah, blah. Probably by now you get it. It's a big building, and I believe it's a big opportunity. And it's really up to you to figure it out with any smart and technology, you know, figure out how you can improve the personal life or the professional life of these people working here. So about prices, we have figured out that it would be a nice price that, you know, the winner of this challenge will receive a ticket to a smart city conference. So if you figure out something that really, you know, helps people living in very similar situations, then maybe you already have the next step to present it to the world. One really important last thing is that we have an Instagram GIF machine at our booth that you can check out. We are outside and you will probably notice the magenta, so you will find us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So the next company is actually new to Hungary as well. I bet most of you haven't heard about them, even though they have a pretty big office as well. So please welcome on stage Tesco Technology.
Hello. So I'm here to talk about Tesco and our challenge, which is stop throwing good food away. So for those of you who don't know about Tesco, we're the third biggest retailer in the world, and here in Central Europe we've got 900 stores throughout Hungary, Slovakia, Poland and Czech Republic. But on to the challenge. The United Nations estimate that approximately 33% of food that is produced around the world is lost or wasted. And at Tesco we don't like this, especially when you consider 1 in 9 people every day go hungry. And 8% of all greenhouse gas emissions come from food waste. It's a staggering amount. And that's why we're working to help achieve the target that by 2030, all food waste around the world is halved. So to achieve this, we've got a mission at Tesco. And our mission is that no food that's fit for human consumption can go to waste. And I'm proud to say we're already making a great deal of progress in leading the way. In the UK, we're now up to 81% of waste that's fit for human consumption gets redistributed. But in Central Europe, we're looking for some help, and this is why we're coming to you. In 2018-19 in Central Europe, Tesco had over 28,000 tonnes of food waste, an astronomical amount. And we're looking for you to create a solution that's going to enable store colleagues to track and offer that food to charities and third parties that would otherwise go to waste. And within that, they're going to have the ability to identify and flag the status of the food. Flag if it's still fit for human consumption, or it could go to another channel, such as being redistributed to animals. The solution's going to have to enable charities to request, accept, or reject food that would otherwise go to waste. And it's going to have to enable a simple operation and a process for distributing it amongst the 900 stores that we have. To give a picture of the operations, at the end of day in the 900 stores that we have across those countries, a colleague will go around and collect the food that we haven't managed to sell and then put it to waste. We're looking for you to give them an ability so they can distribute it quickly and simply in a way that can be reported and tracked to those that need it, want it, and ultimately prevent it going to waste. The requirements within this, we have to make sure what we do complies with EU laws. We have to make sure any solution is scalable. Like I said, we've got 900 stores plus thousands of charities. We have to make sure it's multilingual, and we have to make sure it's multi-regional. To help with this, we're going to provide a data set. So we've got a Tesco API that's going to provide some of this data. We've actually got real products around the corner so you can come and scan them and test them out. And we've got mentors here all weekend who can help you if you need it. What we're going to be looking to judge on is creativity, execution of the demo itself, how simple and intuitive is it? If you're going to give a solution to thousands of colleagues and charities to use every single day, you're not going to be able to talk to them. So how easy is this thing going to be to pick up and use it without ever being taught how to do so? How scalable is it? And actually within the pitch, we'd like to know, if you had a bit more time, what future plans have you got? The winning team, each member of the winning team is going to get a Vive Cosmos VR headset. And also on our stand, if you look around the corner, if you come and have a play, we've got an active virtual reality, so you can come and experience flying. Even if you don't do our challenge, it's pretty cool. So if you're up for the challenge of reducing food waste by thousands of tons a year, please come and give it a try. It really is an opportunity to make a massive difference to the world. Kazanom.
Thank you very much. So the next company up, actually they're not new to JunctionX Budapest. They've been participating or as partners in the last year's event and also in the Helsinki event. So please give it up for Nokia.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. I'm Levente Németh, working at Nokia here in Budapest. By the way, you might know that Nokia is also a Finnish company, comes originally from Helsinki, like JunctionX does. Hands up, please, how many of you had a Nokia phone? Maybe when you were a child or nowadays put together. So, how many of you had a Nokia? I see plenty of hands. Good. There's one thing you have to know, Nokia is not dealing with mobile phones anymore. I mean, at least not here in Budapest. We are dealing with mobile networks and we are developing mobile networks here. We are developing the future 5G technology of the mobile networks. And one thing that you might not know that Nokia also develops a special GSM network designed for railways. This is called GSM-R. These networks are used by the network operator, the train operators, to make their rail network more efficient, to keep up the time schedules, to keep the maintenance periods, to lower the costs, etc. So these GSM networks can be used to improve their serviceability. And last but not least, these networks are making the railways also safer. You might have noticed that we have a big artificial landscape prepared just next to the Nokia booth. This is basically a Lego train with Lego tracks. And we pimped it up a bit. We installed a lot of sensors and also Raspberry Pis and cameras and proximity sensors and things like that on the tracks. And your job in this challenge is to drive the train and try to avoid accidents. Meaning that when you are driving the train on the track, there might happen that some Lego man will just jump right into the tracks, or maybe a car will cross, and you have to avoid all those obstacles. So you measure the total time of the travel, and that team will win, basically, which can make it faster, so their train will be the fastest, and also they should avoid all the obstacles as well. So for the challenge, you can use a REST API, which is providing all the data of the track itself, and also you have a REST API for the train as well. So you can control the train, you can read all the data from the tracks, and you will get also a camera stream, and you can do camera image processing to detect all those obstacles in real time. So this is something that you can try out in real, so it's a real hardware, you can go there, you can touch it, and you can control it. About the judging, so as I mentioned, we measure the total time of the travel. Of course, we value your creativity and the genuinity of your solution. About the prizes, so we have some Raspberry Pi 4 version for you with Intel Movie Deals machine learning sticks as well. So everyone in the team would get, the winning team members will get this package. If you are interested, we highly welcome you at our stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, quick question. Have you heard about a company that you didn't know before? Any of you? Raise hands if you heard about the company that you didn't know. You knew all the companies before. Well, actually, the next one will be a company just like this. All of you must have heard about them. They are Microsoft. They are the first time participating here, so please welcome Microsoft.
Hi, my name is Bernd, and I'm one of the few people that came from the US, the only one from our Microsoft team here. So a couple of things. So we have a very open-ended challenge here, which is the best use of Microsoft Azure, our cloud platform, and that's in a hack for good. So, addressing disability, providing some accessible solution, those kinds of things. And even if you're not doing our challenge, you definitely need a cloud provider for your hack, probably, so consider it anyway. Everything you need is available at this URL, the Hack with Azure link here. You can get then a $100 credit to use with your student address, email address, if you sign up. And otherwise, if you have issues, come to our booth and talk to us, and we can mentor and help with any technology. You can probably, anything you're working on tonight can probably be done with our technology. One other thing is, if you are really excited about our technologies in general and want to build a community around that at your university, talk to us about the Microsoft Student Partner Program. And then finally, Microsoft Imagine Cup. If you enjoy what you're doing tonight, the hacking on these projects, you can keep going with that throughout the year, and you can actually win $100,000 and a mentoring session with Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. And you have to apply on this website by December 15. And, oh, now I remember, what can you actually win for doing our challenge, right? That's the most important part. It's a Surface Go for every member of the team, so team of 5, right, maximum. And we will also donate $1,000 to a charity of your choice among 6 charities we provide. So that's it. Thanks.
Thank you. So, the next company who's coming is actually, they're coming for the second time to JunctionX Budapest, and last year they had a really successful challenge. So hopefully they have such an interesting challenge this year as well. So please welcome Ryan.
Thank you. Hi. Cancer does not select. I want you to take this message with you. Cancer does not select. It doesn't matter if you are young or old, a girl, a boy, or other gender. It doesn't matter where you live. You might face this disease over your lifetime. If it's not you, it might be your relative, your friend, or somebody you know. So Varian is actually have a mission, World Without the Fear of Cancer. We go into the office to reach this vision, to actually reach the situation that we don't need to fear anymore. So we were here last year, as Vincent mentioned. Last year we asked you to join this fight in the early diagnosis. We asked you to come up with a solution where we can detect this disease. There were lots of nice solutions there. So this year we want to went further. We want you to join us in the waiting room, where there is actually a diagnosis ongoing and somebody is waiting for a treatment. Imagine that you are a child, 9, 10 years old. You don't know what's going on. There is this big machine. You don't know what's going to happen. You are afraid. So we want you to help us and give them a mobile game, whatever platform you want. We don't really care. The point is that teach them what's going to happen. Teach them about cancer, teach them about the treatment, make them understand what's going on. Of course, it's not that easy. Treatment itself is not a one-time situation. You might go there 20 times. So design your game in a way that there are some fractions in there. And if you can use augmented reality, that's a good thing. That's a nice addition. So if you can, please use that. And of course, I know mobile games nowadays don't do loot boxes or microtransactions, please. This is not about that. This is about cancer. But be creative. Do whatever you like, do whatever you want. We will have a radiotherapy introduction session over the workshop room, probably at 9, I'm not sure nowadays. But we are there over that corner. There are our colleagues, beautiful, talented, so come up and ask questions. Thank you.
Thank you. So the next company is actually a huge international one as well. So please welcome on stage OTP, the bank.
Thank you very much. Hello, folks. My name is Lothar Shin. I'm from the data management department, and I'm a big data team lead at OTP Bank. Actually, we are now in 11 countries, and we have a huge amount of data, and we have a 70 years of history in banking. So this means that we have computers that could fit into a museum, and as well we have streaming technology at the same time. And we would like to find really good ideas and folks who have, let's say, creative thinking and simplicity in a mobile application that helps people to withdraw or deposit money in ATMs. We have a mobile application today. We are evolving it, developing it, but we would like to see that the generation and folks who are, the generation of using Revolut and fintech technologies, how would they looking at a simple, good mobile application that recommends people ATMs? We understand that it sounds easy. It sounds like something that is not challenging, but your recommendation engine has to be robust. Your mobile application has to be robust. If it's possible, it should be a masterless architecture. We prefer open source solutions. So because our bank would like to move to the direction of open source, we would like to give back whatever we are figuring out. We don't want to, compete in basically IT sector by owning the code and not sharing and giving back to the community. So we would like to see how would you approach a mobile application from a UI design perspective? What would you believe that it would be simple to use? Think about that if 10 folks are approaching the same ATM, for instance, as I've heard that it's quite a huge building, think about what happens if you have only 15 minutes to withdraw money. What the application should recommend you. Should I just go out and find another ATM because I know that 10 folks are already approaching an ATM, or it's worth just redirecting them to the same? We are going to provide you with data. We are going to give you 3 days history with the details of the ATMs, because not all of the ATMs are giving you the opportunity to deposit money. Many of them are just allowing you to withdraw money. And the technology is up to you. We are not expecting working solutions because we understand that it's only 2 days. What we would expect and what we would really thank you if you could think as many open source and code reusage as possible. And again, masterless architectures are preferred. We don't want to see a solution like, for instance, in case of a NoSQL database, HBase, which has a master-slave architecture. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we heard about a lot of challenges. Have you heard about the challenge so far that you'd like to work on? Have you already decided? Raise hands if you know what is the challenge you want to work on. Only a few of you. So we still have 2 challenges left. Otherwise, I still advise you to go to the partners and talk to them about their challenges so you can get to know them even more. So the next company who's up, they are another Finnish company. So please welcome Business Finland.
Okay, hi. Maybe a couple of words about Business Finland. First of all, we are a slightly different company in this venue than the others, meaning that we are a government-owned non-profit organization. How do I get to move the slides there? A couple of those. Okay, yeah. So basically, don't read the mission statement, but it's just the 3 bullet points on the lower left-hand corner tells you about what we are doing. So Business Finland in Finland, first of all, facilitates and funds innovation. We are providing grants and loans to Finnish companies so that they can innovate on. Last year, I think we got something like 800 patents out of the kind of research that we are funding. We're also helping Finnish companies grow and go international, set themselves up in different countries and find customers, help them how to do that. And thirdly, we also promote Finland in different ways. We promote Finland with respect to as a travel location, also as a good target for investment for companies to come and establish themselves, and also with respect to talent, we also try to find international talent and get them set up themselves in Finland. About the challenge itself, okay, there is some animation, nice. You may have been reading about it already on the website, but what we are really providing to you guys is something really unique. With the help of our friends of Hypercell over there at the stand, we are providing you guys with 1.7 billion rows of data. I repeat, 1.7 billion rows of data with respect to people, regular people moving around in Helsinki. There was something about 20-25 Bluetooth kind of locations there that are tracking people who are going back and forth, and then you can basically have a look at where people are coming in, where they are going, and so forth. We also have available for you some open data APIs from Helsinki City, so you can combine that information with the data that you get through this API. If only I would get some more text here, yes. So that's just about that. What kind of solutions we are looking at? Basically, if you guys can have a look at what kind of insights you can derive out of the data. You might want to think about different kinds of visualizations, how to let people understand what has been happening there in the city of Helsinki. And also, obviously, whatever kind of application or service concepts that you can think about that could be done with the aid of this kind of data. You can think about public transportation, how to, take care of, utilize this information in marketing or different kinds of things. We will be providing documentation about this API in the Slack channel, and then obviously you would get the API keys and all that if you are interested. This is a marketing slide about Finland, so if I have any time left, about the 3 minutes, you can totally read about it. Finland is a great place to work and so forth. One last comment with respect to the judging of your proposal. So I think, in a word, we will be just selecting the coolest solution that you guys are providing us with. So our booth is over there. Come and visit it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we heard 8 challenges so far. The last but not least, please welcome Bosch on stage.
Hi everyone. I'm Peter Bogdány. I'm working as a machine learning engineer at Bosch. And so Bosch is one of the biggest automotive suppliers, if you heard about it. And we work on automotive solutions as well. And we brought you a challenge from the field of automated driving. So our challenge based on self-driving cars. So as you may know, if you want a car to drive by itself, you have to put some sensors on it, camera, LiDAR, radar, etc. And these sensors can suggest you that where are the objects around the ego vehicles. So where is the camera, where is the car, the pedestrians, etc. And your challenge will be to fuse these object lists together and correspond to the ground truth as much as possible. So you get one camera-based object detector and a LiDAR-based object detector. You will get 15,000 frames completely shuffled, but you only get the ground truth for the half of the data set. So your challenge will be to create an algorithm which fuses this object list together, and you send back to us your proposal for the test set, for the test part. We compute your accuracy score, we put it on our live leaderboard, and basically that's it. So it sounds pretty simple. But we wanted to tweak this challenge a bit. So one thing is that you cannot make a proposal within 2 hours. So there have to be 2 hours elapsed between your submissions. And the other thing is that there can be some leaderboard freezes during the hackathon event. So please be considering that. And yeah, the price is a Bosch gift bag for each of the winners, and you can have an on-site an on-site tour in our Budapest location. You can see how the automated driving research and development is working in Budapest. You can see our demo vehicle and how this works, yeah, basically. So that's it, thank you.
Thank you for Bosch. You heard about a lot of challenges. So we have 8 different challenges. You could hear the teasers about them. We always get the question, how many challenges can you work on? And we advise you to work on only one single challenge. You can work on multiple ones, but you won't have enough time to discover the relevant questions with more than just one partner. So if you can, please pick only one partner that you'd like to work with. So the next partner, actually, they know a lot about hackathons. They've been organizing several ones, but you will hear more about this. Please welcome MLH on stage.
Yeah. There it is. Hello, everybody. My name is Ailey. I'm from Major League Hacking. I think I have the pleasure of being last, and you folks at the back have been standing for a really long time, so I'm going to blast through this as quickly as I can. Is it not working?
Okay. No, use this one.
Ah. All right. Usually I jump around stage. I'm going to have to stay still.
Sorry for this.
All right. I'm about to drop a lot of information on your head. If you remember one thing from this presentation, make it that URL, hack.mlh.io. Everything I'm about to say you can find at that URL. So, Major League Hacking. We are the official student hackathon league. Every year we work with 135,000 students across the globe in hackathons in America, Europe, and most recently Asia Pacific. We've had our first hackathons in India last month. By being at this hackathon, you are earning points for your school. The school with the most number of points at the end of the season will win our season trophy. And the best way to earn more points for your school is to come to more hackathons and bring your friends. I'll tell you a little bit about what we're doing this weekend. We've got a couple of things going on. Firstly, tomorrow evening, we have our BlackRock No Light mini event. It's at 6:30 in the workshop room next door. If you're interested in web development and if you want to test your HTML, CSS skills, it's a really good mini event to come along to. Throughout this weekend, I'll be handing out our Capital One season t-shirts featuring Ducky the Debugger. Keep your eye on the Slack channel and you can find out when and where to grab those. If you would like to use, man, that's a bad ratio. If you'd like to use some hardware in your hack this weekend, we have the MLH Hardware Lab. We have a long list of tech for you to use, Raspberry Pis, Arduinos, Fitbits, all sorts, and we want you to use it. So you can sign up, request some tech, and come find me and you can grab it. If software is more your thing, then sign up for the GitHub Student Developer Pack. You can sign up for this and you get access to a ton of enterprise level software for free, so it's well worth doing. If you'd like a break and you're feeling artistic, you can enter our Draw an Octocat, Win an Octocat challenge. That's Mona, the GitHub mascot. If you draw a new version of her and submit it to Twitter with the hashtag JunctionX Budapest, you can win a real-life Mona figurine. If you've been to the MLH table already, you have seen that we've got some Google Cloud credit for you. You've got $100 credit vouchers. You can get a free .space, .tech, or .online domain name from domain.com. We have a couple of other partnerships. If you're interested in automation, you can enter the UI Path Challenge to win some backpacks and internship opportunities. And if you're interested in blockchain, you can enter our Blockstack API Challenge. And if you submit your Blockstack hack this weekend, you can win up to $200 just by registering it in their program. So we have a couple of side challenges. These are in addition to any other challenges that you want to enter. So I mentioned UiPath and Blockstack. We've also got best use of Google Cloud and my favorite domain registered this weekend. Now, it's a long way away, but Sunday you will be presenting what you have made. And everyone who presents on Sunday will receive an official I demoed sticker. We really want to see what you've made, even if it's not quite polished, not quite finished. We really want to see what you've made and, more importantly, what you learned, because hackathons are massive learning experiences. So we would encourage you to present no matter how well or how not so well your hack goes. If you're interested in an internship or a graduate position, there are a bunch of companies out there who are interested in students with skills just like yours. So check out the MLH Career Lab and you might land yourself a job. Whew, okay, I said that would be a lot of information. On a slightly more serious note, by being here, you are agreeing to abide by our code of conduct. That goes for participants, sponsors, and organizers. It's very, very simple. We'd encourage you to read it. It's very short. To sum up, harassment and abuse are never tolerated at hackathons. If you are experiencing any problems this weekend, if you're feeling unsafe or uncomfortable, come and speak to me, come and speak to any of the organizers. We are here to help. And if you'd rather not speak to us in person, you can also email us or call us. Okay, second last slide, I swear. This is kind of my real job, but in my spare time, I'm a full-time software engineer. So if I can help you with any tech support, particularly with Java, Python, or front-end JavaScript-y stuff, come and find me and I can maybe help you out. Lastly, thank you to all of our partners who helped to make this a fun hackathon. That is all from me. Can't wait to see what you make this weekend. Have a wonderful weekend and happy hacking.
So we heard a pitch from each and every partner. You could hear their challenges, what they brought. We won't have any more pitches, I promise you. So if any point of time during the hackathon you have any questions, please find someone in the white Junction t-shirts and feel free to ask them anything. So just to emphasize it once more, we believe that the hackathon is a great place where you can step out of your comfort zone, so we really encourage you to do so. Let's meet new friends, do some networking, do some fun stuff, learn some new things, and what's really important, try to share it with the others. So if you come up with something, share with the others around you so they can get to know this one as well. So without further ado, let me officially open JunctionX Budapest, and good luck to all of you. Thank you. So last, can you? Boo. So the team formation is in the room next to this one. If you need a teammate or find a new one, go to that room.